Hey, welcome back. Another day, another vlog. Hope you're all well. Monday edition. And your weekend wasn't too bad. It's going to be probably worse this weekend, but here we go. Let's get into it. Weekend wasn't too bad. I think Saturday I went out for some exercise and got a few shots. I think it's probably going to be the last time I get a chance out. That's pretty much all ends tomorrow night at Tuesday night for Australia. Goes into full lockdown with the only reason to go out for just basic exercise or shopping unless you're working, which is still probably 80% of the population. So yeah, I'm not sure. I guess I've got a few, I think about 3 or 4 videos there that I can do. So that's about 3 or 4 weeks. And then after that, I'll just think of some ideas. Now, speaking of videos, a new video is up, the Swan River ride. A few good shots out there, nothing monumental. The one of the bird was pretty sensational. I'm pretty rapt how that one turned out. A few others there that come up really, really nice. I did like the ones with the logs. You'll see that when you go watch the video. That come up really good, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, it was just an afternoon ride, great time to do some practice and learning and just try something different, you know, just see what's around us. And that was within a 5K radius, and it was probably a 2-hour ride, I guess. So very, very cool, and it was good fun. And it's good when you can go and create a video about something that's so close. And I guess unless you go to look at these things, you're not going to find them. And I found a lot of great things. Like I found a fantastic spot for some astro stuff. I just need some rain to fill out this little swampland. You'll see where the astro tree, I call it. Another beautiful old tree with all these wetlands behind it, right in the middle of a suburb with all these old trees sticking out of the mud. The mud's not real flash, so that's why I said I need a little bit of water. But I think that'll come up great in a shot down the road, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm a bit hesitant with all the light in the background, how that'll work, but I still think it's pretty cool. Even with water, if I can get there like for a sunrise, the glow off the water with those trees I think would be really cool. So I've got some plans and ideas out around that area, so I just got to get them to fruition. But I wouldn't have found that if I didn't go for a ride and just get out of my comfort zone and just ride. I just went for a ride and thought I'll just go ride around the river and see what I can find. And I got a video out of it. And I'm pretty happy with the video. I think it came up pretty good. I hope you enjoyed it. We've got a heap new subscribers in the last, I guess, week and a half. I think there's like another 10 that have joined on. So I do appreciate you coming and joining us and watching the channel. And I do thank you very much for that. If you haven't watched before, hit the subscribe down there. That'll be pretty cool. And yeah, normally once a week I'll put a video up, and I'll do this another day, another vlog series every day, Monday to Friday. Just news, reviews, and what's happening around the world. Now, speaking of that, before I get into the news and stuff, Teespring, they have 10% off purchase. As you know, we've talked a few times last week about I've updated and put all new catalogue stuff up there for the Teespring. That helps out the channel and myself, so I can buy new gear to review and test or go and do stuff and bits and pieces like that. They've got a code. I'll put that down below. The code for that one, it's 10% off up until the 30th of March. So yeah, today, wicked. Send me an email today. Yeah, okay. You've got a day. See how you go. It's probably going to be no good for you. It's a bit, sorry about the late notice, but I only just seen the email today from them and they send it out for a day. That's a bit weird. Anyway, it's, I think that happened last time they sent an email. The email system seems to be, they send you a reminder about it way too late. So that's probably my fault for not going on and checking out what's current. So my apologies. But there is 10% there today. If not, you can check it out. I'm sure they generally, the most places do like a monthly sale as such. So I'll get a bit more organised on that side. I'm trying to get better at that. I think I spend more time doing photography and editing than I do forgetting about the other sides to sort you guys out. So forgive me, I'm getting there. Rightio, let's get in the news. Obviously today, big day on Australian soil. Government's come out and dropped another $130 billion package out there. So that's on top of the 70 billion, so 200 billion all up so far. This new 130 billion is basically if you've lost a job, to keep you in work, to keep you employed with the same employer, and a payment to help you out with that. So you don't have to then go onto the dole and get the dole, which is at 550 plus 550, if you can get that. We'll talk more about that. So it's a $1,500 payment a fortnight, which is, I guess, not too bad. It's better than nothing. It's more than what you'll get if you go on the dole. It's another $400-500 more than that. So it's a lot more than the people on the dole. So there's good reason to look at this. And there's obviously no restrictions. There's no testing or anything like that. The only problem with it, and it unfortunately affected us, of course, is if you're a casual and you've been less at the business for less than 12 months. So that's going to affect a fair few casuals, because that's the whole idea of being a casual, is you come and go and you're doing stuff. I know as a mechanic, I generally used to, before I started at BHP, I think the longest I'd ever been at a place was my apprenticeship for 3 years with H&K, and a year with Cav Power. And then after that, I think it was like 3, maybe 6 months was a long time for me. And that's most diesel mechanics. So that will affect a lot of people. I'm not sure why they did that for less than 12 months. I figured anyone that's just lost their job that was a permanent casual, I guess, if you can call it a permanent casual, or a permanent part-time. I don't know why. If you've lost your job because of this, and you can get a letter from your boss they say they're going to keep you, I don't know why you can't get a payment. That makes no sense, because all you're doing is just putting all those casuals onto the dole, which is stupid, because it's the world's worst system. And even with that, because of my work, we only get half of it anyway, so you get that. That's life. We're still healthy and well. So yeah, just a few changes there. Just make sure what you're going for, and just check it out. So yeah, we've got in the existing the 550 plus the 550. So that 550 is no asset test, but the first 550, which is the dole, which is asset test, so that's going to be 90. They increased it up to 78,000 today, which is the average $2,000 below the average Australian wage. So pretty much the 550 most people aren't going to get if their partner's working. So like myself, if I'm working, so my wife, she can't get the first part because I'm above average wage. So it's there, gone. So yeah, there's a few things in that. So that $1,500 is a really good thing, I guess, because it's not asset test. So definitely aim to get that one, because the other way you're probably going to get stuff, or you're only going to get $250 a week, which will not even cover your groceries, let alone rent or bills and stuff like that. So it's a little touch, it's a little bit, but it's not a huge amount. And they are obviously looking into places like Sydney and Melbourne, which have massive amounts of rent. If you've got 2 people and you're only getting $1,500 a fortnight, so being able to pay maybe rent that's $1,500 a fortnight, that pretty much ends your chances of getting food. So there's obviously a lot of different things. They're looking at doing a rental assistance program as well, and they're sussing that out. And they did implement yesterday a moratorium, so no landlords can evict anyone because they haven't paid their rent, obviously, for this. And yeah, I don't know if you are with the banks, definitely go check out the banks. I know late last week I went and grabbed a fixed rate on the house. You could drop it down with the ANZ, you drop down by 0.8%. That comes into effect for me at my next payment. So not only the 0.15 that the big 4 I think took off, there's also specific amounts that each bank will take off. So check with your bank if you can fix your rate. I mean, it's the lowest ever. So at 0.15 on the government, but it's I think 2.9 or something is the best you can get at any of the banks. So they're not going to get any lower because you can't go in the negative with the government. So this is probably the lowest I've ever seen in my 45 years. I remember when it was 18 to 19% interest. So this is a great time to, I guess, I decided to lock mine in, and 2 years I know what the payments are, and by that I then also lost another 0.8 off that. So I think it's around 2.15 or something, which is just fantastic. That does help me a lot, make the payments and then look after the family. So any bit helps. Go while you're at home, just get online and check out all these things, because there's advantages everywhere that you can. Now, also, while we're looking at home for you creative guys, Skillshare is got 2 months free premium access. So you can sign up, you can cancel whenever you want, but the first 2 months you can go and do as many courses, as much training as you want for free. Awesome. Skillshare, that's friggin' amazing. That's a really good job. Much like Adobe did with theirs, you gave us guys that are on a plan. They give us 2 months off. That's awesome. I do appreciate Adobe. Skillshare, obviously not sponsored, but I found this today. One of the guys were talking about it. That is brilliant, because while you're at home, if you've just lost your job, it's a great time to maybe upskill instead of sitting around watching Netflix all day and getting fat and just not doing much, just not getting much benefit out of it. Get positive, get online. That thing you wanted to learn, that business you're looking at, but you don't know how to do a certain aspect. If you want to learn how to do Premiere Pro, editing, banking, finance, anything like that, you got 2 months worth of free training. Great opportunity, definitely something. I've gathered a lot out of my training with Udemy, and I went over to check Udemy. There's 24 hours left where they have a sale on at the moment, and I think it's $13 a course Australian. So $13, that course is yours forever. Obviously, it's locked in. You don't have to sign up to a monthly deal or anything. But like Skillshare, they have a monthly program where Udemy, you pay each course. But this, I thought that was a really good idea too. $13 is probably not, it's less than a lunch nowadays in Australia if you go to like McDonald's or something. So you can't even get a feed for that. So to get a whole course where you can teach yourself something that might help you either get a job or go and start what you wanted to start while you're unemployed. The best thing about being unemployed, it's only up. You can't get worse than unemployed other than dead. And I don't want that to happen. Stay safe, stay healthy. This is a good chance to upskill. And I think that's a really, really good program, and free. You can't beat free. It's just not possible. Rightio, what else? On the spot fines, they're coming in tomorrow. Well, I think in some states in Melbourne and New South Wales have already started. But as of Tuesday night, on the spot fines are going to be implemented. They can be up to $1,500 to $1,600 depending on which state and service. And I did look at the list on there, and if you are locked into isolation and you decide to get out for whatever reason, you're losing your mind, you get out and you get caught. I think the territory was $50,000, and there's some other states like 60, 70 grand. Some of the smaller states I think were 10 to 15,000 if you escape quarantine. So look, just don't do it. No one's got 50 grand laying around. And there's a fair chance they you're locked down because they're concerned that you could possibly pass on something that could kill someone. Realistically, it's not murder, but it could be classed as, I'm sure, if you get out of there and it's serious enough, like one guy's currently going to court for, it could possibly end up with him being looking at manslaughter if he's flagrantly just doesn't give a crap. So yeah, just be aware that these fines are in. There has been guys fined in Victoria and I believe New South Wales. And there's one guy I read about had been fined twice. He got taken, first time he left his home while under quarantine, second time he left a hotel they put him into. He escaped that and went home, went out, they found him out, they got him again and fined him, and now he's facing court and he's in the lockup. So he's going to probably be one of the first ones to cop a $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 fine no one wants that. It's all about safety. Yeah, very interesting times. And that's about it. There wasn't too much else. Now, also on the freebie side, it seems like a lot of companies are really coming to the party to give people something to do. Apple is doing a free I'm going to get this right, he's going to laugh at me, free 3-month trial of Final Cut Pro at the moment. So if you're an Apple user, you're just starting editing, or you've thought about going to Final Cut Pro and you want to try that out, just remember it's $400 to buy it if you need to buy it. And that's why I haven't done it. But if you have been on Premiere Pro, you hate that, you've had enough of it, you're on iMovie, you've been started on iMovie, which is a great start. I've discussed that in my video about how to start in YouTube in 2020. Then 3 months to test it out is a great time to do it, and you'll get all the support and everything through Apple. So again, Apple, these companies that have come out and providing these 2 to 3 month free access to give people a taste and give something to do to them, I think is awesome and a great way to introduce your business to people and other businesses. Maybe if there's a way you can do that for your customers to keep you afloat or busy at least. And that's about it. Monday, big day. Weather's been good. Overcast, cloudy, beautiful photography weather, and I can't get out. Always away. Murphy's Law in it. When the weather's perfect, everything's in there, a virus comes along and locks down the planet. Not much we can do about that. I will see you all again tomorrow. Stay safe, wash those hands, look after your family, give everyone a call, and I'll see you all tomorrow on another day, another vlog. If you go on that way or that way, I'll see you soon. Peace.